Like me, were you wondering why Bitcoin and the stock market has been struggling recently? Well, today I want to talk to you about why Bitcoin and the capital markets dumped. This past week was worse than Manchester City's performance against Liverpool last weekend. In this episode, we're going to discuss the macroeconomics, the fundamentals, and the technical reasons as to why Bitcoin and the stock market struggled recently. So please make sure to stay to the end because I will show you data and the charts to show you that there might be some good days ahead. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Now, a bit about myself. I'm Sam. My background is in public accounting. I work for some of the largest accounting firms in the world, some such as Ernst & Young, EY, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, where I worked on asset managers, hedge funds, private equity, work in the area of corporate taxation, and so on. I've learned a lot over the years in the area of investing and tax strategies and just empowering people. So I'm here to share knowledge. I want to help you to be the best version of yourself in the area of your finances. So all I ask in return is just please subscribe, share, like, comment, and spread the word. Before we move forward, I want to remind you that this is not legal, tax, or financial advice. Please do your own research. This video is for educational purposes only. So firstly, what's happening? So let's talk about the fundamental and the macroeconomics. So right now, you guys know throughout the news, the current administration in the US, President Trump, he is talking about tariffs on the EU, right? So that has been causing turmoil because there's uncertainties. The markets don't like uncertainties, even though the stock market, it's all about uncertainties, right? But they don't like uncertainties because they're already dealing with uncertainties. So that's been causing a lot of chaos there, number one. Number two, you look at Canada, Mexico, US tariff talk. That's also not finalized yet. March 4th will be 1 month before they actually make a decision whether to finalize this to move forward or not. So Canada and Mexico have been cooperating. So that's some good news, right? Hopefully they will squash this and this is just a negotiation strategy and not really to move forward with this. So let's see in a couple of days how things go with that. Next, let's talk about the smart money versus the emotional traders. Some call it dumb money. No offense. But in the Wall Street, they call it smart money and dumb money, right? What is smart money? Smart money are those that buy when prices are low and they sell when it's high. Dumb money does the opposite. So when the market crashes like this, what smart money does is they look to buy more. Dumb money tries to actually liquidate and panic sell, right? Think about it logically. If you have the price of avocado, if the avocado price goes to $10, right? Are you going to go and buy it at 10? Right? No, you want to buy when it drops to $2, right? Versus buying it when it's high, right? So this is the same concept, right? So people are trying to buy things when it's at Bitcoin's at 110, that's when they want to get in, right? Instead of when it crashes this past week, right? This is a great opportunity for people, but no, people run away during those times. So this is something that they call smart money versus emotional traders, if you want to be nice about it, but really they call it dumb money. So let's go further, right? And let's talk about what Warren Buffett's quote says: be greedy when others are fearful, right? And do the opposite, right? So I'm going to show you the fear and greed index. It's at 20 right now, which means it's at extreme fear. So that's when people want to, actually, the smart money wants to buy when fear and greed index is at this low. You see it? Fear and greed index, you go to coinmarketcap.com, you see it's at 20. Right, that means there's a lot of fear, right? And what Warren Buffett said is be greedy when others are fearful, right? And vice versa, right? So the truth is some of the biggest rallies happen after markets shakeouts their hands, right? So if you look at this plan B chart, right? So plan B has this chart right here, and you can see, right, in the 2016, 2017 bull market, 38% pullback, right? This is the percentage of pullback. Right now, we hit 110 and we pulled back to 78 or so, and people are panicking, right? That's the norm. Let's look at the chart, right? What happened here, right? If you look at here, you can see that we pulled back, right, from 110 all the way to 78, around 78, right? From 178. So this is like a 25 to 30% pullback, right? Almost 30% pullback that we had here. So this is the norm, right? So when we look at here, All right, you can see that this was the norm. All right, during the bull market, this happens. Right, on the weekly charts, you can see that these pullbacks are part of the bull market sequence. Right, so let's go back and talk about what is ahead. All right, there's a lot of opportunity ahead. So let's continue showing you the charts now. All right, so we show you that now. Let's say, well, what is Plan B saying here? He said this dream scenario had a great start, but Bitcoin went a different path. We can throw it in the garbage. He said, no, this is not the stock to flow. It is just a scenario. One possible pathway towards stock to flow targets. My expectation is still 500K average for 2024 to 2028, 250 to 100 to 1 million range, right? So this is Plan B, one of the major guys in the Bitcoin space here. You see he has 2 million followers, right? So he doesn't show his face, but this is Plan B. So let's look at further analysis here, right? Let's look at the technical analysis chart right here. So when you look at this, you see this is the USTD. It represents how much people are converting their stable coins into Bitcoin, right? So when you look at this, or into crypto, right, it hit a resistance level, right? This is the resistance level. So when this pulls back, it's gonna hit a support level right here, and then if it breaks that, it's gonna go to the next support level. So this is what's going on as well. It's a good news that it hit this resistance. If it keeps going down, that's great news right here. If this keeps going down, it's a great sign as to what is going on, right? So let's look at another chart here. All right, let's look at this. Right, this is Kraken Exchange. You can see this purple line represents the 200 moving average. Represents trend, right? This sets the trend. On a daily, it's fine, but on a weekly, it's even a stronger trend. It's all the way down here, right? 43. We're still in the bull market if it remains at that level, but we want to go with a lower time frame with the daily, just to make things even more dramatic. Let's go with the right here. So it crossed below it, but it didn't close below it. So that's good news as well, right? That's great news. It did not close below the 200 moving average. So our next target, right? If you look at this chart right here, you see this line to the top, which was from here, all right, all the way up to 73. All right, so from here, in January 2023, all the way, the move that we saw was all the way to here, 73. All right, and so when you put this there, that's the move. So if you do that same range to here, you can see that we just hit right around that area and pulled back. All right, and then we have this resistance line that has been going on since the beginning. All right, in this bull market, in my opinion, I think what's going to happen is, because of the fundamentals, there's so much going on. There's so much institutions, nations, and there's just so much going on, governments, and so on. So I expect this to go back up, and actually, we should break this resistance level, and actually, this resistance will become a support level. Right, so that's something to be cognizant of. Right, so a recent resistance level is right here, which was a support for us, and we recently broke it. Now we have this new support. So as you see here, we consolidated all these months, and then we made this huge move. So our next move here is probably going to be similar to this range right here. So if I put this line from this bottom all the way to the top there, it's probably going to be around, like, we can't, the chart doesn't show us what level this is going to go to, but this is going to be around like 135 or so. So that's the next level we should expect, to be honest. Once we get going and we break this resistance level for good, and this becomes support, we're expecting to be at like 135. Right, so that's my expectation as to what to expect. So let's go on to the next chart and see, right, what else is going on here. Oh, beautiful, right? So look at Global M2. Remember I showed you some of the other videos. Make sure to go watch my other videos. I have lots of other videos there that explain why M2 Global Supply. I think that video, it's titled When I Learned This, It Changed My Life, or something like that. But go and look at some of the other videos so you can get understanding, because understanding will allow you to be able to not move based on emotion, right? You move based on fundamentals, technicals, and research. So let's look at this Global M2 Supply. You see this? The global liquidity is going up. All right, that's great news. As this goes up, guess what? Bitcoin follows it, right? You see this? It goes up, Bitcoin follows. It goes down, Bitcoin follows, right? So it went down, and now it's going up. So this is what we should expect. This next move, right? We consolidate as and then we begin to go up. All right. So Bitcoin crashed. We expect this consolidation, go up and go up. So this is what we are expecting. And then lastly, let's take a look at this. right? The White House to host the first ever crypto summit. This was released yesterday, right? So the White House announced today that President Trump will host and deliver remarks at the first ever White House crypto summit on March 7th, next Friday. Attendees will include prominent founders, CEOs, and investors from the crypto industry, as well as members of the President's Working Group on Digital Assets. The summit will be chaired by the White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs, and administered by Working Group Executive Director Bo Hines. So that's amazing. You see this? There's so much going on. There's so much fundamentals going on. So we should not really be fearful at this moment, right? So the next question is, what kind of opportunities are ahead, right? So there's lots of opportunities ahead. So the last thing I'm going to share is, right, what should we do now? Let's stay calm. Let's not panic, all right? DCA, some people like that strategy, all right? But hey, at the end of the day, if it goes down, for me, it's an opportunity to buy more, right? Think about the avocado scenario I just gave you, right? So look at historical patterns, which I just showed you, right? That's also the next thing, right? Look at historical markets rewards patience. Warren Buffett said, the stock market, right, is a mechanism to transfer money, to transfer assets from the impatient to the patient. That's basically what Warren Buffett was saying. So ignore the noise, ignore the news, focus on long-term fundamentals, all right, because the fundamentals and the technicals are still in play. So again, this is not financial advice, but I just want to show you the data and my thesis as to what's going on. So please make sure to like, share, subscribe. Remember, I'm doing this because I care about you and I want you to succeed and I want you to do well, right? But I still need you to gain your own understanding so you do not blame people for things when things don't go right, right? Nothing is guaranteed, but based on what we know, right? History tend to rhyme. It doesn't always repeat, but it tends to rhyme. So this is why we're showing you this data. This is why we invest the way we do. So make sure to do your own research. Once again, if this is your first time dealing with this industry, continue to learn, gain a lot of understanding before you jump in. But then when you do jump in, right, it's a leap of faith, right? Like Peter in the Bible, he took his first step out of the boat, right? And he was walking on water, did the supernatural until he took his eyes off of Jesus, right? He took his eyes off of Jesus. And when he lost focus, he started to sink, right? So what does that mean to you, right? Go analyze, go read that story and apply it to your own situation. All right. Anyways, have a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful upcoming week. Stay blessed and we love you and God loves you as well.